Imagine living in a world where every sunset marked the beginning of fear. As darkness settled over the land, temperatures dropped, unfamiliar sounds echoed through the wilderness, and powerful predators emerged from the shadows. There were no homes to provide warmth, no lamps to illuminate the night, and no cooked meals waiting after a long day. Early humans depended entirely on daylight, spending every waking hour searching for food, clean water, and safe shelter. Yet long before agriculture, cities, or written language, nature introduced a force that would forever change the course of humanity. Fire had existed on Earth for hundreds of millions of years before humans appeared. Ignited naturally by lightning strikes, volcanic eruptions, and wildfires sweeping across dry forests and grasslands. To our ancestors, these blazing infernos were both terrifying and mesmerizing. Fire destroyed everything in its path, yet when the flames disappeared, something remarkable remained. Animals killed by the fire became easier to eat. Dangerous predators often avoided recently burned areas, and fresh green plants soon emerged from the nutrient-rich ash. Over countless generations, early humans gradually began to understand that fire was more than a destructive force. It was an opportunity. Archaeologists continue to debate exactly when humans first controlled fire, with evidence from several ancient sites suggesting this achievement occurred hundreds of thousands of years ago. Although many details remain uncertain, scientists agree that mastering fire became one of the greatest turning points in the history of our species. Learning to control fire was only the beginning. Creating fire from scratch was incredibly difficult, and for much of prehistory, early humans likely relied on preserving flames collected from naturally occurring wildfires. A glowing ember may have been one of the most valuable possessions a family could own. It had to be protected from wind and rain, carefully fed with dry wood, and carried from one campsite to another as people migrated across the landscape. Losing the fire could mean weeks or even months before another natural blaze appeared. This responsibility encouraged observation, experimentation, and cooperation. People discovered which woods burned slowly, which plants ignited quickly, and how to keep embers alive throughout the night. Around these fires, something equally important began to happen. Families gathered together after sunset, extending their day far beyond daylight hours. The campfire became a place where knowledge was shared. Children learned from experienced hunters, elders passed on valuable survival skills, and practical lessons were remembered through stories. While we cannot know exactly what these conversations sounded like, many anthropologists believe that evenings around the fire strengthened communication, cooperation, and social bonds, helping transform scattered groups of individuals into closely connected communities. Perhaps no aspect of life changed more dramatically than food. Before controlling fire, nearly everything our ancestors ate was consumed raw. Tough meat demanded powerful jaws and long hours of chewing, while many roots and plants were difficult to digest. Cooking transformed these challenges. Heat softened food, improved flavor, destroyed many harmful microorganisms, and allowed the body to absorb nutrients more efficiently. Scientists continue to study exactly how cooking influenced human evolution, but many researchers believe that the increased energy available from cooked food supported the development of larger brains over hundreds of thousands of years. Fire also provided warmth during freezing nights, allowing humans to survive in colder environments that had once been nearly impossible to inhabit. It offered protection from many predators, illuminated camps after sunset, dried clothing and animal hides, hardened the tips of wooden spears, and made daily life safer and more comfortable. For the first time in history, humans were not simply adapting to nature, they were beginning to reshape it. Fire gave them the ability to influence their environment, rather than merely survive within it. The importance of fire did not end with prehistoric campfires. It became the foundation upon which countless future discoveries would be built. Fire transformed clay into pottery, melted metal ores to create bronze and iron tools, powered furnaces, fueled the engines of the Industrial Revolution, and eventually helped launch rockets beyond Earth's atmosphere. Every civilization, every technological breakthrough, and every modern innovation owes part of its story to those first ancient flames. Yet perhaps the greatest gift fire gave humanity was something less visible. It created a place where families gathered, where ideas were exchanged, where knowledge was preserved, and where each generation prepared the next for the challenges ahead. Every candle we light, every meal we cook, every engine that powers our world, and every spacecraft that reaches for the stars carries a legacy that began beside a humble prehistoric campfire. Long before kingdoms, monuments, or written history, one discovery illuminated not only the darkness around our ancestors, but also the path that would lead humanity towards civilization itself. Fire was more than a tool. It was the spark that forever changed the human story.